Unheard of.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Unheard of. I'm your boy. You already know what it is. ABG. I got my co-host Jerod with me. How you doing this week, Jerod?
Pretty good on business travel still. Enjoying a day off, which is okay. Got some laundry done. I've obviously got a fresh bald head because I have my razors with me and trimmed up my beard. So it's
I was
not
gonna
as
say,
bushy as it
Jerod.
was last week.
I was gonna say, Jerod, I didn't really notice when we started the Zoom call, but your head is looking particularly shiny today. You know.
Well, so this is also a product of my wife's Father's Day gift because she gave me this selfie light, and so since I shaved my head, I'm using this in the hotel because without it, my screen's all dark. So
Is it like one of those ring lights?
yeah, it clips onto the laptop, and so that's what helps with the quality of the video right now, but it also makes my head look extremely shiny.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, I'm telling you, I've been looking at my hairline, bro. I'm gonna be there with you very soon. We all gonna be bald head. We're gonna have to change the name of Unheard of to Bald Head Boys.
I got some tips for whenever people do go bald.
I got you.
How about you?
But,
How's your week?
pretty good, man. Pretty good. I wish I could be delivering some better news about getting my second COVID vaccine, but whenever I called to CVS, is where I got my first shot from. They're gonna tell me that they're out of vaccines, so I have to get it sometime this week. I was supposed to take it on Friday of last week, so maybe I'll be able to get it Friday of this week. So,
You know, speaking of vaccines, have you seen the news where they're talking about mandating? Well, they did mandate it for basically all federal employees to get their vaccine, and now they're talking about mandating it across the board. Well, for employers and everything, if they can do that, I guess. I don't know, but I was like, hey man, at this point, cases are ramping back up because that new Delta variant.
yeah.
And I'm not going back under lockdown, man. So if some of y'all just need to get a shot, go get a shot.
I mean, the lockdown round 2 is about to. It's going to be coming sooner rather than later, in my opinion, because I mean, 125,000 fully vaccinated people now have COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, which is only like a small percentage
And I've
of fully vaccinated people.
been getting so upset with the media because they keep putting these dang articles out there like, oh, this is a breakthrough case. This person's vaccinated, they got COVID. No,
Yeah.
It's not breakthrough. It's normal. But
Yeah,
those people that are vaccinated, they're not dying. They've barely got any symptoms. Like, that's kind of the point, to just help you fight it better.
I feel like they're doing that to maybe scare people and stuff. So, it's literally like 0.7% of the fully vaccinated people that are getting COVID. And like you said, their cases are extremely mild. Only a few people have been hospitalized. Like I saw a picture today on Twitter of a regular lung.
Yeah.
Regular lung with along with the vaccine and that has COVID, and a lung that has just COVID, like no vaccine, and it looks a ton different. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
but
I don't understand. I was about to post like an article to Twitter or Facebook yesterday because I was like, these are not breakthrough. I was like, if the media would give you the information they should be giving you, just like they keep talking about the number of cases every day, they should also give you the information of, hey, you can still get the disease. It's like a flu shot. You can still catch the flu after you go get the flu shot because there's no telling how many COVID strains are out there now, and the vaccine is only designed to really beat one of them. So, yeah, you're probably going to catch it, but your symptoms are going to be mild if you do. So
yeah. Well, I mean, when has the media ever really been anybody's friend?
I don't know. I used to think they were really friends of the Democrats during the election cycle this past year. But
I mean, I guess. But I was about to say something else about the vaccine or the people that are getting vaccinated. I'm not sure. But oh yeah, the lockdown. The lockdown is probably gonna be happening sooner rather than later because now we have in all these music festivals. There's like tons of people in Chicago right now for Lollapalooza. We just had Rolling Loud in Miami. Like it's just tons of people packed in, and that Delta variant, I'm telling you, it is looking at all these people like it's a buffet.
well, I'd say that the country can't afford more lockdowns based on those stimulus packages. So I think that's why they're doing the whole push to get vaccinated and like mandating it for federal employees and everything because they know that they cannot afford like another 2 to 3 trillion dollar stimulus package.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm still wearing my mask at work. I mean, I'm obviously not fully vaccinated yet, so I'm still wearing my mask. And our good friend Ethan, our friend of the show, frequent collaborator, he told me that over at Untitled Box Store where he works at, they're making them wear their masks once again, whether they're fully vaccinated or not.
Yeah, that's kind of the norm. I'm fully vaccinated and I have to wear a mask at work. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. But I'm I'm good with the current setup. I just don't want any more lockdowns.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do much anyways, so I'm fine with a lockdown. Listen, the past year and a half hasn't really been much different for me, except for I couldn't eat inside of most restaurants.
Well, yeah. Um, cool. So, kind of getting out of the COVID news, we pretty much stay out of that now a lot, just because it's gotten so repetitive and nobody knows what's going on anymore on a day-to-day basis, or it's just the same old, same old. And how about moving forward into some Disney stuff, man? Reading the news, Scarlett Johansson is suing Disney.
That's insane to me, man. Like, I'm sure everybody wanted to see the success of Black Widow and the success of Scarlett Johansson because I mean she's one of the people that's been in the MCU since almost the beginning, before like what they only had like maybe 5-6 movies out and then she appeared she was in the Iron Man 3
No, she showed up
or
in Iron
2.
Man 2.
Iron Man 2, yeah. So she's been there since basically the beginning. She's one of the founding Avengers and all that. So I mean, I wanted to see the success of her movie, but I still haven't seen it yet. But I mean, I heard it was a kind of a turd.
Well, yeah, I saw it, and the story, it's okay, I guess. Like, the right time to release that movie would have been between Civil War and Infinity War, based on the timeline of the movie. It's a little bit too much too late because now all it is, like, if you're watching it, it's basically just a side mission because this character is already dead and
Yeah.
like none of this matters. Like, it should have been a full prequel, I think, like to really establish how she got set up and everything, got into Shield and stuff like that, because the story they went with, it wasn't like god awful, but it's pretty much down there. I mean, I'd still put it above like the first 2 Thor movies, but the story was kind of rough. And they totally underutilized the villain. Like, Marvel has done a really good job lately of getting the villain right, but Taskmaster, they royally screwed up.
Wow. And I mean, I get that she is blaming them for the low box office sales because I mean they decided to also release it on Disney Plus,
Yep.
and
And
so
oh, go ahead.
and so what I mean people could just record it on there and then upload it to their favorite pirating website, so people really don't even have to watch it in the theaters. But I
Let me
mean,
just say this because I don't do this anymore. I've got an iPhone. I'm totally secure now, government. You ain't got to worry about me. But all I know is that if a movie had a digital release, because I've seen it during the pandemic, um, if it also had a digital, like, same day release, you could find an HD copy of it that day on all the pirating apps and websites.
but also I mean I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you know exactly how many or anything like that, but like, how many people are pirating things nowadays?
Bunch
How
of
many people
people.
are pirating like media?
Everybody. Everybody. Like, really, though. Because even people for these latest fights, the UFC, they said
Yeah.
they probably lost like 30 to 40 million to illegal streaming because
Wow.
a lot of people aren't paying. If you can find an HD copy of it online, why pay?
I got you. Maybe I just look at it different because I mean I don't do it anymore because I just don't bother with it anymore. But I mean that's been that way for a bunch of years.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
with streaming services and stuff, I feel like if people are gonna pay for things, like it was the best time to do it is like right now.
well, but think about it, right? Like Fast and Furious 9, um, it made a bunch of money, but it did not come out on like HBO Max, I believe.
No, I didn't.
It was only in theaters.
Yeah,
Like literally the Thor movies, which the first two were god awful. They
yeah.
made a bunch of money still. Like Marvel has this bar, like I think if the movie was released only in theaters, it would have made a good chunk of money, which is kind of her argument. And like Jungle Cruise, they're saying in these articles like Emma Stone is weighing her options. Emily Blunt is looking at the numbers from this past weekend because Jungle Cruise supposedly only made $30 million because it also had a digital release. But get this, $200 million budget. So with illegal streaming, they're probably going to see a steep drop off, just like Black Widow next week. They're probably going to lose a bunch of money. Where like The Rock and Emily Blunt are probably going to sue Disney.
But I mean, let's be real here. That Jungle Cruise movie is based off of a Disney ride. I mean, it's not like Pirates of the Caribbean that was also based off a Disney ride. But it just happened to be good, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, but I mean, from all the trailers from Jungle Cruise, I knew from the start that I wouldn't want to see that movie.
Well, people say it's not bad from what they've seen, but to me, I see The Rock in it, and I see him in like that jungle outfit. And I'm like, oh, it's just like almost every other role he's played. So why would I want to watch
Yeah, exactly.
it?
I don't need. I feel like I've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
You know, like there's
Like
nothing that's gonna surprise me in this movie. Nothing that's gonna engage me in this movie. So I'm not gonna watch it.
now,
You know.
now they can add an image of him on the cruise to like that meme of him that says, "This is The Rock in 4 different movies." Bet
Oh
you
yeah.
can't tell.
Like the only way you could tell is like in some of his early movies, like he still had hair,
Yeah.
and that's it. But yeah, I don't know, man. And I guess I get Emma Stone maybe wanting to sue because of Corella, but like
Dude.
I don't know. I feel like these people are getting angry over movies that wouldn't have sold very well to begin with. I feel like the only person that probably has a legitimate argument is Scarlett Johansson.
I think she does. And well, no. So I'll double down. Okay, the Pixar movies have been coming out just on Disney Plus lately. They're not even going to theaters. And that if movies like Soul and that new Luca movie came out in theaters, they would have made a bunch of money because those are Pixar films.
Yeah, I mean, didn't Soul and they didn't come out in the theaters?
It was free to watch on Disney Plus
Huh.
the day it released.
But I mean, I know Raya and the Last Dragon came out on
It did.
the $30 thing, and then it came out in theaters as well, right?
Yeah, but like Luca and Soul, those Pixar movies, they were free to watch if you were a Disney Plus subscriber from day one.
That's
They
awesome.
they just decided to release those free to their users, and there's been reports that Pixar employees are thinking about a lawsuit or like quitting Disney because they Pixar, man, I don't know if you've ever watched like how like Toy Story's made or something, but they literally have to spend like 6 or 7 years just to make one of those
Oh yeah,
films.
that's like painstaking work. I mean, computer animation, I've never done it, but it doesn't seem like it's easy.
Yeah. So it's Disney's got their hands full. That's why you see the latest trailer for Shang-Chi and it's now saying only in theaters because they're losing so much money from pirating and now big actors are suing them.
That's insane. But I mean, Disney is huge. They can take a couple hits. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well, Disney
they
can.
the smaller production companies. I mean, well, is Pixar really even a small production company anymore? Like, I would understand if this was the '90s or maybe the early 2000s, but I mean, they've made a bunch of money now. They've got multi-million-dollar movies. I mean, I'm sure
Well, they're owned by Disney.
Pixar is worth. I mean, yeah, I know, but I'm saying um, well, I mean, they used to be separate. So, but once they started making a lot of money from the Toy Story movies, all that stuff, I mean, they partnered with Disney, and I mean, now they're worth like a ton of money. So,
I could have swore Disney bought them in like early 2000.
they did.
Yeah. Um, to all of our watchers, if I keep looking over, it's because somebody has decided to have a party a couple rooms down in the hotel. And
Sounds like somebody's baby is crying.
dude, there's little kids running all over the hall. Like kids, uh, my door has been knocked on twice in the last hour. I go out there now because I'm starting to get pissed off at people knocking on my door. All these kids are running around. So
Oh yeah, that's the beauty of staying in a hotel. Sometimes you stay in a hotel and it's very quiet, everybody's just chilling. Then other times you just get big families and then like high schools and stuff. Do it. Well, I mean, not you won't have any high schools yet, but you have to
probably not.
deal with high schoolers doing sports and stuff like that. Like it's loud. I mean, you know how we were in high school doing like in hotels and stuff. So
Yeah. Uh, so, um, but yeah, I don't know. I think Disney got their hands full a little bit. That's why they're just going to start releasing everything in theaters. Uh, so, yeah. I mean, I'm interested to see where it goes. I think Scarlett Johansson's probably going to win based off of how much like Robert Downey Jr. and the other Avenger stars have made on their movies from box office shares before.
yeah, my thing is I've heard about this stuff happening from the Disney side of it. I mean, HBO Max has literally been releasing movies concurrently on theaters for free, like with the theaters for free. And I haven't heard anything about anybody complaining about not getting money or anything like that on from the Warner aspect of it. You know?
Um, I'm trying to think. I don't know if Warner's had a problem with it, or if they do, maybe they're just paying their stars hefty money to shut up about it.
Yeah.
But because I know, God, who's the production company? Maybe it's Paramount or somebody. Yeah, yeah. Because I think Emily Blunt and John Krasinski thought about suing Paramount for A Quiet Place too. Because even though it came out only in theaters, the window was only like 40 days, and then it went straight to streaming. But if it's like a 90-day window like it used to be or whatever, it could have made a lot more money. So I
Didn't
think
they,
I
didn't
read
they make
something
a
like
ton
that.
of money off of that for like for its theater run?
The actors do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they get box office shares.
I got you.
So the longer it stays in theaters, the more potential they have to make more money.
I got you, man.
So,
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just the Disney actors. Maybe they're just being babies.
maybe, I don't know. I mean, if I was Scarlett Johansson, if it was pre-pandemic, um, that movie, even with it being like not the greatest, would have made hundreds of millions of dollars. So she probably is missing out on a huge payday. So
probably her last payday from Disney too. So,
and I gotta say this, maybe you have a point in the movie itself, people not wanting to see it, because that movie does nothing to progress the next phase in Marvel. Like, Marvel got a bunch of new subscribers from Loki. And because everybody was tuning in to watch Loki, that actually progresses the storyline in the MCU. Spider-Man Far From Home, which came out after Endgame, progresses the next story in MCU. And that made $1 billion. Shang-Chi, I guarantee that's going to make some good money. Like, Black Widow is so out of place in the whole lineup that it doesn't make sense.
So that movie should have came out like with instead of maybe Captain Marvel.
I mean, Captain Marvel is okay.
No. I'm saying like in the timeline. You said in between Civil War and Infinity War.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
So it probably should have came out before Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But I mean, I just looked at its like ratings. I mean, it's got a 6.9 on IMDb and 81% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, 67% on Metacritic. I mean, that's to me, that just screams MCU classic.
Yeah.
I just haven't, like I said, I haven't seen it yet.
I bet if you go look at the Rotten Tomatoes for Captain Marvel, it's decent too. When it comes to Marvel movies, Rotten Tomatoes, I think they've got an in with them.
I mean, Captain Marvel got a 79% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got a 6.8 on IMDb and a 64 on Metacritic. But
yeah, so I don't know. And speaking of Spider-Man, where's our trailer, Sony? The movie comes out in 4 months, or does it? Another delay.
I have no clue, man. I hope it doesn't get delayed. But I mean, if it does, I would rather them tell us now, like sooner rather than later. Like, don't tell us like 2 months before the movie's supposed to come out. We still have no trailer, and then they're like, we're gonna delay the movie.
Dude, like,
we're gonna delay the movie.
Like, when everybody was hyped for Red Dead 2, and Rockstar comes out with the announcement, hey, we're actually delaying it by a year. Well, they gave all their fans and everything plenty of time to take that news in stride.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, another year, no problem. Well, No Way Home wasn't even delayed by a year. I think it got delayed by like 10 months because it was already supposed to come out earlier this year. But now I don't know. I mean, I don't know if theaters are going to be full in December, but at this point, you probably just need to get adjusted to the new theater model. Spider-Man would dominate the box office. I know that much. So, where's our trailer, Sony?
I mean, that's the least I can do. Even if the movie isn't gonna come out, like in the next 4 months, they should at least release a trailer. Like, I'm sure they already have like 2 or 3 of them already cut.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. Disney's moving real wonky right now.
Well, this isn't on Disney, I don't think. All signs point to this being Sony because they're saying Sony can release the trailer whenever they want, according to Marvel.
I mean, yeah, it's Sony. Yeah, Sony's moving.
So I don't know. That's why I think it's a COVID thing. Like, are they thinking maybe we should wait so we can make more money in theaters? I don't know.
Man, listen, I know for a fact that I will be in their opening weekend whenever the Spider-Man movie comes out. Like, come hell or high water, I'm gonna be in there. That's for sure.
Yeah. To put this into perspective, I think the Far From Home trailer came out. It came out close to a year before the release.
Wow.
And we had a teaser. So yeah, what's going
And
on?
besides all the speculation about the other Spider-Man being in there from the other Sony films, like we got like literally junk about this movie, man. Like,
I know.
We don't know for sure what the plot is going to be. Most of it's purely speculation, just because they're supposedly adding other villains from the other Spider-Man movies and stuff. Like, and they got Doctor Strange and stuff. Other than that, I mean, and now we have the toys that are supposed to be coming out. Spoiling a little bit of it, but other than that, we got nothing really concrete.
Supposedly, the multiverse stuff is kind of confirmed because of the original Doc Ock saying in an interview that he reprised his role, and he was down there filming in Georgia. I think. But man, what if he's in on it, man? Like, because Kevin Feige was acting down during an interview where he was asked about it. I'm like, man, what if they're just playing some joke and it doesn't happen? Like, because Marvel would do that type of crap.
Yeah, get people pumped up for the movie, and they're like, "Oh man, all this stuff's gonna happen." Like, I don't even know if we got confirmation that Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire is actually going to be in the movie. And so, like I said, it's all speculation, which is insane. 4 months before the movie comes out, we got nothing. The only thing we know that for a fact is that the same people like from the other movies are going to be in there, and I'm talking about from the Sony Disney deal, like Tom Holland and all that.
And you would think that, especially with the pandemic kind of having a hold on the theaters right now, with them not being 100% open, that they would want to hype up this movie as much as possible to get everybody in the theaters. And yet we have no trailer and nothing to go off of. Where's it at, Sony? Where's it at? We want it.
You can see it.
So shoot, I don't know, man. It is what it is.
But moving on to more news, more current event news. We got the Olympics that's going on right now, and I mean, Jerod, you've been able to catch a lot of the Olympics.
I have caught some. I've watched the men's basketball. I've watched some gymnastics stuff, swimming. And I know that like Simone Biles is in headlines right now because she's kind of got like a mental thing going on. But honestly, hers I completely understand, man. I mean, how many gold medals has this woman won? And now they started changing the points and everything because she's so good at, scoring and beating the system. I was like, man, that would be mentally draining to me too, because you prepare your entire life for this, and then they start to change the system because you're so good at the system.
Exactly. And so you have to change up how you do things just to be able to, stay on top,
Yeah, I would.
So I feel like that's a ton of pressure.
The IOC, they need to chill. Like, if I was her, I'd probably just wouldn't compete ever again. And be like, hey, I know I'm the greatest because they changed the rules because of me.
I mean, what? She's, isn't she like the most decorated Olympian?
I think so.
Something like that. So, I mean,
I'm pretty sure
she's already
never lost an event that she's been in.
She's obviously got it. You know what I'm saying? She's obviously a great talent, a great athlete. But I mean, I don't know. I've seen some stuff on Twitter, and people have been talking like on 92.9 just about how they don't get how she wants to pull out but I mean, she was talking about how she's trying to do one of her moves, and it was supposed to be like 2.5 twists or something like that, and then she ended up doing it. But well, while she was doing it, she only got 1.5 because she couldn't figure out where she was in relation to the ground, like where her body was.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's to me. I've never done gymnastics a day in my life, but I know that stuff's dangerous. So if somebody's concerned about that, like I mean, I would just have to take their word for it, you know, like that's like, it seems extremely dangerous. You could definitely injure yourself very badly or die doing that stuff. So, I mean, I'm 100% behind her. I don't think she has anything to prove to anybody.
She's won like 33 medals.
Exactly.
Man, I would just like, yeah, like if they start to change the point system because of you, I'd probably just be like, yeah, I'm the greatest. I'm done because I've trained my whole life for this, and now they're changing it because of me. So,
well, I mean, she even has a whole move named after her, and I don't think anybody else can do it.
yeah. And
so yeah, I'm fully behind her.
Of course, the men's basketball team is looking better. We beat the Czech Republic pretty handedly. Kevin Durant went off. Drew Holiday went off. So, looking pretty good. I think might still be tough based off what I've seen this team do. But, I mean, I wouldn't put it out of play yet. We've probably still got a pretty good shot at the gold.
Well, we're facing who we're facing in the quarterfinals. It escapes me. I'm pretty sure it's not Spain. I'm sorry.
You know what, guys? I might be close to a conference room or something. I mean, I am on the first floor. There is like music blaring outside my door.
It is going crazy right now. So,
can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh my God. It's insane. I don't know. I must be close to a ballroom or something.
Maybe. I mean, hey, it's a hotel. We're playing. Oh my gosh. Maybe it is Spain.
I thought it was. Could be wrong.
It is. Excuse me.
And
that's another thing you're right about, and I'm wrong.
Well, that's not a championship prediction. That was just an opponent.
I mean, I know. Yeah. You're just right.
And speaking of basketball,
I'm in Spain right now, just without the S.
Yeah. Speaking of basketball, we have the Atlanta Hawks and the draft that just took place. We got 2 picks. So, the Atlanta Hawks, our first pick was out of Duke.
Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson at number 20. And I think that's a
really
good pick.
Forward.
Yeah, it's weird because we already have like Reddish, and our forward play seems to be kind of heavy. But I mean, I like the pick. You know, you just pick the best talent that you can get when you're in that position. He's really talented. Probably going to do some good. There was a lot of news about the Hawks moving into the lottery by trading Cam Reddish for one of those like top 10 picks.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy that
I'm glad they didn't. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't. But
I really like Cam Reddish, man. He's got a lot of potential.
I mean, there was a lot of talk about Jalen Johnson because he opted out of the most recent season. But I mean, he's done pretty well, right? At Duke, but in the season before that. And then, of course, at the 48th pick, we also got Sharif Cooper, who played for Auburn. So,
War Eagles.
Pretty excited about that. War Eagle, War Damn Eagle. But he didn't play the whole of last season because I think because of was it the transfer rules, he had to sit for a little bit.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure he transferred for somewhere else, and so he had to sit for a long time. And but he still came out. He came out pretty hot last season. I'm pretty sure he averaged like 20 points a game or something like that. So, I mean, I feel like we just picked up two pretty good young talents. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and they've got well, so the thing is too that these guys in college now they've got more options because I think it might be this year where the rule is going away to play in the NCAA. They only have to do, or they can start being eligible for the draft at 18 again.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are trying to go make money because you can go play in the G League. You can go, what is it? Well, the NCAA doesn't have like rules anymore for top players. They can get compensated now. So I want to say there was another league or something. Or you can just be drafted right out of high school too, if you're 18 and like a top pick. I think everybody's just trying to make money. So you got these players that are sitting out seasons because they don't want to risk their NBA career by playing a year at Duke or Auburn, which, I can get it because players like Bryce Young, who's the next Alabama quarterback, they say he's already up to like $1 million in endorsements.
Yes, bro. Like I've been hearing about these college like football players and everything that have already signed these multi-million-dollar endorsement deals, man. And I mean, I'm extremely happy for them.
Yeah.
Like to me, like those are kids. Those kids are. I mean, they're really not even kids. They're adults. They're playing the sport that they've been playing since they were, little kids. I mean, once you get past 18, that's when you're supposed to be making money for the stuff you do, right? So I mean, if you're gonna be in college doing all this stuff, you can still get hurt. You're liable to get hurt, and I mean, you'll never be able to play it again. Yeah. So why not be able to make money, doing the stuff that you love to do whenever you can, whenever you're able to, legally make money. They should definitely be able to make money in college. So I'd love to see that.
Yeah, it's been really nice to see players allowed to get money now. I know when we talk about money, did you see that the NCAA said in a statement they're not going to give Reggie Bush his Heisman back based off previous events? And I'm just thinking,
I mean,
I'm thinking to myself, like, I get it if the rules were the rules back then, but it's not like he broke the rules for doing drugs or doing performance enhancing anything. His play was not established by him making money on the side. And if that was the case, I would get keeping the Heisman away. But in this case, we're just talking about making money. And I'm like, come on, man. Just give him his Heisman back.
What did Reggie Bush do again? What did he sign autographs?
Yeah, he was signing autographs for money. And what's crazy is they never even ruled that he had to give the Heisman back in the first place. What happened was the school took his accomplishments away, and then he was just facing pressure, and he turned it in to the NCAA.
Well, I would have been like, y'all can hold these. Y'all ain't finna hold my husband, boy. You tripping.
Yeah. So now he might not ever get it back. I'm like, man, it's not like he was dealing and selling drugs. Like, come on now. It was just some money. And who knows how many college players are literally getting money on the side before this rule was in place.
I mean, what Johnny Manziel, he said on a podcast that he was making money in college by signing autographs. So
signing autographs, just showing up to a club.
Yeah, I mean, people are. It's a practice that has been, in place. People have been doing it, and I mean, just to have like pretty much one person not have their accomplishments just because they got caught.
Yeah. I don't understand it, but I mean, hey.
Yeah, I'm all for these young guys making money, man. They deserve it. They're the top. They're like the top players in the nation for their sports. I mean, why not make money? If you one of those people that say college people shouldn't make money, you just a hater. You just mad because you can't do it and make money off of it. Yep. To me, that's to me.
True.
But yeah, I'm very happy for them.
Man, I think A lot of stuff's going to be changing in college, but I know I'm happy with the draft. Still happy with the Hawks and our future. So, yeah, we're still.
So I mean, have we talked about Texas and Oklahoma? You know, them pulling out of the Big 12 on the show yet? I'm pretty sure we haven't talked about that yet.
I think we briefly spoke about it last week with Drew.
Did we?
Maybe. But now it's like official, supposedly.
Yeah, now it's official. Yeah.
2025.
In 2025, they're done.
Yeah.
Also, did you hear about ESPN? No, the Big 12 giving ESPN like a cease and desist because they said that ESPN has been like, I think what it is, encouraging other schools to leave the Big 12.
I think so, yeah.
But I mean, it's just ESPN. Is it? Was it ESPN saying like they were probably gonna get a bit more meat? Like, what am I trying to say here? Their games are gonna be broadcast on ESPN because of they're not, you know, in that conference.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I get it. But I mean,
and Oklahoma and Texas makes sense in the SEC, but it's also, God, I don't know. Now it's going to be a huge conference. Like the SEC is going to be huge.
It's going to be packed. It's going to be huge. The SEC is just going to be.
We're about to start needing a quarterfinal ourselves just for the SEC championship.
Yes, like I said. I mean, I guess I might have said this on the show, but I'm telling you, like every game that's just like an SEC game, it's gonna feel. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna feel heavier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's gonna be so many talented teams vying for, you know, a position. But I mean, now that the next season that the playoff is gonna be, you know, headed to 12 teams, so more teams will make it to the playoff. But I mean, not every SEC team is going to be able to make it to the playoffs. So it's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Texas and Oklahoma is really like the only contender of those two teams right now. But I mean, hey, in one way, I kind of like it because if Texas joined like the same, I think they were talking about joining the same side as Alabama with being in the West. Maybe they were talking about the East.
I thought they were going to maybe move Alabama to the East.
They may. But imagine seeing Texas, who thinks kind of like Notre Dame, like they're the best school because they get the most money in college funding for football every year and all that. Just imagine them getting whipped like almost every year by Alabama and like LSU.
I mean, it's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen for probably like the first couple seasons.
It'd be fun to watch. So, but yeah, it's compelling, but it's also just like, man, the SEC is going to be huge. Like, at what point do we just stop telling the other conferences to even try? So,
I mean, I imagine like if we're gonna have 2 and 3 loss teams in the college football playoff, we're probably gonna have at least 4 or 5. I mean, I would say 4 or 5 SEC teams inside the playoff.
When it's 12
teams. Yeah, when it's 12 teams.
And when Texas and Oklahoma get there, because that's still like 4 years away.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we probably will.
But then, wasn't there talk about Texas and Oklahoma trying to go for next season?
I don't know. That seems like it'd be a huge legal jump, but I mean, hey, if they want to do it, shoot.
Hey, more power to them. Listen, I'd love to see it.
It'd be fun. I just don't want Georgia and Alabama to be in the same division because we always get beat by them.
That's what I want to see. I want to see them be in the same division. So y'all could play them every season as a regular season game. Instead of just playing each other maybe in the SC championship every other season or something like that.
We already know our limits, okay? Mark Richt couldn't beat him, and now Kirby Smart can't beat him. So, it is what it is. But yeah, I think that'll be fun. And for all of you listeners out there, I still haven't heard anything back on my TSA claim. They're supposed to acknowledge your claim when you send stuff in. They're still living in like the 60s. You have to fax them information or physically mail it. I did fax them. That way it could be there like right away. I got my fax confirmation that it went through, but have still received no confirmation from the TSA. So we're still waiting. Yeah. It looks like I'm probably going to get a new laptop before they, are able to figure this out anyways. And, fun fact, our birthdays are coming up. So
that's true.
My wife and I think I'm going to take her out on a date night on my birthday because there's this really special thing that's going on that happens once every year, and you can see it from most of North America, called the Perseids meteor shower. And I know she's not going to listen to this episode, so she's not going to find out about it beforehand. Because I told her it was a surprise, and I know she's not going to find out by listening to this. But I'm probably going to take her to the Rockies on Wednesday night because the peak of the meteor shower is supposed to be on my birthday, like right after the moon rises up. And my plan is to go watch this meteor shower because we've never done anything like that before. I thought it would be really cool.
Yeah, that sounds really. To me, it sounds pretty cool. Yeah. So I never seen anything like that. So
yeah, it's interesting and it's different. So that's kind of what I'm going for. The show we are not. We're gonna do next week, so don't fret. But the week after, we're gonna take off because Arthur's birthday is on the 9th, mine's on the 11th, so we're going to take that following weekend to kind of hang out with family and do everything. So just to put that out there for y'all to be prepared when that happens.
Yeah, listen, Jerod may look older because of like the shiny head, everybody, but I am older. I'm in fact 2 days older than him. So in the situation, I'm the older friend.
It's true. So, with everything being said, it's been a great week. God, I feel like I had something to say because I was like, you know what? Something came up from last week, and I wanted to mention it, but I didn't say it then, and I wanted to say it now. But now it's completely gone. I don't know. That's how my mind works sometimes. I know I've got an idea. I wanted to say something, but then it completely left me.
I mean, I feel like that happens to me all the time, especially like during the show too, because I mean, I'm trying to think so heavily on what I'm going to say next. Yeah. So then when a thought comes, I'm like, okay, I got to remember that. But then I'm thinking about, just trying to get my words straight in my head. So then it just completely disappears.
I'm about to start having like a notepad next to me during the show. I'm going to start writing down, talk about this.
That would actually be pretty good.
But yeah, I know if you've been listening for probably the last 20 minutes or so, you can probably hear this big party going on behind me. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on back there, everybody. Somebody's probably having a party. I saw a lot of people. It's insane. I'm probably about to leave the hotel just so I can get away from all this.
Go over there and like take a video of it and like post it to the Facebook.
Yeah. Let me just get a video of all these people.
Go in there and hang out with them.
Shoot. I ain't gonna hang out with these people. I'm a loner, okay? When I'm on these trips, I just keep to myself.
I feel you, man.
Don't talk to nobody. Don't engage with anybody. Just do what I gotta do. Get back to the room.
I feel you. I mean, when I was working and traveling and stuff, I love kind of like, getting out there and kind of socializing with like the people. I mean, I'll talk to the hotel people usually, try to see what good places, like tourist places to go wherever I was at.
Well, that'd be great. That's a good idea if I was on my trips like to San Antonio. But
yeah,
I'm in the DC area and I lived here for 4 years. So
I mean, yeah, you're right. You already know what's all going on over there, what's good to see and everything. So I mean, it's not nothing you haven't seen before. So I get it.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of chill. I'm just stuck to myself.
I got you.
It appears now on my play-by-play report that I hear dogs barking outside.
Oh my god.
So, sorry for that if you can't hear it, and I know you said you could hear it, so I imagine the listeners are probably going to be able to hear it. So, but yeah, any closing thoughts for the week?
This week, I mean, listen, if you don't have your vaccine, like I said last week, go ahead and get it. I'm trying my best to get mine. CVS is shutting me down to being haters. So, I mean, we're going to get it. We're going to get that second shot, though. But, we still got to care about, the people who are immunocompromised, people who can easily get sick, if you pass it to them. So, just got to think about our fellow man. Go ahead, wear that mask, get that shot. So that's pretty much it for me.
All right.
What about you?
Shoot, for me, I'm just going to tell everybody to enjoy life, cherish every day. If you're a Netflix watcher, I've been watching that crazy show Manifest recently. I've never seen it on TV, but I know there's a big campaign to save it because it got canceled prematurely or something. So,
what's that about?
Pretty good show if you're looking for a watch on Netflix. It's about a plane takes off, and when they land, a few hours for them, it's actually been like 5.5 years for everybody else on the planet.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It's actually a pretty decent show. So, if you're looking for a good watch on Netflix, check it out. I think there's like 3 seasons on there. Kind of brings that whole missing plane thing into the limelight because we've had missing planes over the past like decade.
I mean, Lost was a big show too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever watched Lost, but I mean, I really love that show.
Yeah. It's just like really weird. Imagine you take off for a plane, you see like your wife, and then you land, and now like your family's moved on without you because it's only been a few hours for you, but it's been 5.5 years for them.
Yeah, it's kind of like in Infinity War, from Infinity War to Endgame,
or like Interstellar, if you ever think about the time plots behind that movie. So it's interesting if you're checking out a watch, and say enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, and have a great week, everybody.
All right.
Oh, and I guess I'll go ahead and tell you.
Yeah,
you can go ahead and you'll find me on Twitter at Jerod Evans. Been quiet lately. I'm working a lot of hours, so. But I'll be back. I'll be back on there soon, within the next week or so.
Nice. And also you can find me on Twitter at young without the O _ ABG. I mean, you know the spiel. I've been trying to put out bangers on Twitter, bro, but I don't know. My tweets, they get a few likes from the homies, I enjoy that. I consider it a banger whenever I get like at least 7 likes on something. But yeah, so check me out on there. You can check us out on Twitter and at Instagram on Instagram at unheard_of_pod, and Facebook, we're on there, unheard of. We got links. We got a fan page. If you want to join our fan page, get in touch with Drew Maddox, and he'll get you in there. Those people are going wild.
Dude, but I do not know what is going on, man. People are screaming now.
They're messing up my outro.
There's a party, man. I don't know what's going on out here. I feel like I should do
is that like
report.
That sounds like it's right next to your room.
It is. I literally walked outside and I see a group of people like 10 feet down.
Bro, just go out there in your underwear, like, and nothing else, and be like, "Hey, what the hell is going on out here?" But anyways, well, I don't
good thing we're in the show because it sounds like it's about to get even more crazy out here.
Exactly. YouTube, like I said, we got links. We everywhere. Anywhere where you want to listen to podcasts, we there. And or most places that you want to listen to podcasts, we're there. I felt like I wanted to add something else to just a thank you. If you've made it this far, I've been saying that lately in our episodes. If you made it this far to the episode, thank you a lot. Thank you a ton. We out here working. Jerod more so than me. But yeah, we're doing our best to bring this show to you. So thank you for rocking with us for over a year now. So yeah.
That's right. Over a year. And like you said, thank you. You guys know where to find us. And as always, we love you, we hear you, and we hope you hear us here at Unheard of. And once again, I'm Jerod.
And I'm Arthur. And this was
Unheard of.